We got some info from The Independent. MSNBC has canceled Joy Reid's evening news show and held a tense meeting with her staff after the news was leaked to the press. The final episode of The Readout will air this week, the New York Times reports. Her slot will be replaced by a show led by a trio of hosts: Democratic strategist Simone Sanders Townsend, former Republican National Committee Chair Michael Steele, and journalist Alicia Menendez. They currently host The Weekend, which airs on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Rebecca Cutler, the network's newly appointed leader, made the call amid larger plans to overhaul MSNBC's programming, according to The Times. Now, media journalist Oliver Darcy reports Reid's staff found out they were losing their jobs in a tense and emotional 30-minute impromptu meeting on Sunday morning. Staffers were reportedly frustrated that they learned about the show shutting down from media reports rather than directly from leadership. The network has also removed Alex Wagner from her weekday evening spot, and Darcy reports Cutler held a similar meeting with the show's staff. However, Wagner is expected to stay with MSNBC as a contributor. Now, many are mourning Reid's departure. I owe the television part of my career to Joy Reid, as do so many other black voices y'all never would have heard of if not for her, journalist Eli Mizell wrote on X. And that's why she's gone. They can treat black folks as interchangeable, but everybody black knows that Joy was indispensable. Donald Trump put this up on Truth Social. I love the second word here. Lowlife chairman of Concast, he called it, not Comcast, Concast. I like that. Brian Roberts, the owner of ratings-challenged NBC and MSDNC, has finally gotten the nerve to fire one of the least talented people in television, the mentally obnoxious racist Joy Reid. Based on her ratings, which were virtually non-existent, she should have been canned long ago, along with everyone else who works there. Also thrown out was Alex Wagner, the sub on the seriously failing Rachel Maddow show. Rachel rarely shows up because she knows there's nobody watching, and she also knows that she's got less television persona than virtually anyone on television, except perhaps Joy Reid. Then, of course, there's low IQ conman Al Sharpton, who has perhaps the lowest TV ratings in the history of television. What is he doing to Brian Roberts to stay on the air? This whole corrupt operation is nothing more than an illegal arm of the Democrat Party. They should be forced to pay vast sums of money for the damage they've done to our country. Fake news is an unpardonable sin. Now, you know what's interesting about this? Again, putting aside whether you like that Trump is still doing these types of things or not for a moment, like in this case, it's completely fine with me. I think he's actually hitting on something else. As we uncover all this USAID stuff and the general fraud and criminal activity that has been going on with your dollars, the dollars that they have taken from we the people, I think you actually are going to see some level of strange collusion between the money that these nonprofits got from us, we the people, and how much they funneled to these television shows. So think about during COVID, when every time you turn on television, and what would you get during the commercial breaks? You'd get brought to you by Pfizer. Okay, that's one version of it. But what were all the other commercials? Stay at home, 6 feet social distancing, brought to you by the People for Safety. And we were funding all of that.